Guten Tag. We're back. A couple more freebies here to give away to you. This one has a couple in here, just a simple savings calculator. Just go in here, you change, okay, say you're putting in 300 for a monthly savings, you know, if your interest rate shows your return's not so good. So, but you can use this as a savings, maybe an investment calculator. This other one's kind of handy. It's a payment calculator. Say you're going to go buy a truck and you get a rate for 7.5. You're going to do it for say 7 years, and your truck is going to be $44,000. Tells you your payment, what your total cost is, and what your interest paid is. The next one's a mortgage calculator. This is nice to have if you're in the market. This one has the yearly appreciation built into it, and you can put that in here, whatever you think it's going to be, and it'll automatically reflect in what your future value is going to be. So say you're going to buy a house that's $425,000, you know, and your crappy interest rate at 5.25. Your payment amount's this amount, and then it's broke down by the whole 360 payments or whatever you happen to put down there for years. Your principal, what your amount is, what you made, how much you made a year. Now for you people out there that like to play around with this, I made another one over here. This is, you can put in your own, if you think whatever it's going to be for that particular year, and then it's going to change it. So say you got an investment deal and you want to hold on to it for 10 years. Okay, after 10 years here, it's figured all your appreciation in, what your valuation is at the end of 10 years, and then what your gain would be minus what you owed. So something to play around with, kind of fun. Now the first thing here on these financial deals, this is all part of the Cash Flow One system, which is a lot more elaborate and more automatic than this. But the first thing that you all should be doing, if you're not doing it, is build your budget. So I've got this broke down. The first worksheet is for income. Now it's got income 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now you can change that if whatever you want to change that to. Just change it on the first sheet here. Say we got Stephen here, and let's say Megan. Okay, so those are on there, and they're going to follow you all the way through. Whether it's on your cash flow sheets or here on your worksheet, it's going to follow through there. So then you just start putting it in here. So let's say Stephen gets paid twice a month at $4,000. Control C, Control V, Control V. And we put that in there. Now it's going to go over here to your total sheet here, and it's going to show what's in there. Okay, so the second sheet. Oh, and by the way, again, pretty much everything that I do here is printer friendly. If you want to print these sheets off, there it is, 4 quarters, 4 sheets, and you can do it that way if you'd like. The next one, now this one's hard because it takes some time. Again, these are printer friendly. If it's a little too much for you trying to do online, you can print off in individual sheets. Each month is broken down. Now there's your 18, 17 different main categories. Now in the Cash Flow One system, we actually have these main categories where you can break them down into 85 subcategories. So it's pretty substantial doing that. So here, okay, so let's say on utilities here, you got utilities twice a month. One's $240, one's $120, and again it goes right to here, and it'll show up down here under your utilities. And then there's also, each one of these is broke down, gives you a percentage of what your total income is. So that's the first thing you need to do. And then when you start doing your deal here, okay, you start putting in your income here, and you put in Stephen, he makes $4,000 to start out with. Okay, and all these carry forward all the way through the year, so you don't have to worry about that. Now on the expenses part, you got a drop down menu here. There's a bunch in here, I think 120 maybe, for different vendors on here, so you can put them in there, or just And if you say you don't have one in here that's in here, you can go to the last sheet here and you see the list of them. You can change these if you want, but you can also add new vendors down here below. We got 30 more different places where you can add those in. So do that and go back to here, and then you just fill it out. Okay, so say you got your mortgage here, your first one, and it's $1,500. You just put it in there, and it's a good thing. You can build your budget and stuff all the way through the year. Then you know where you're at. Then you can play around with it once you get done, and you always know exactly where you're at all the time. Now, on mine, what I do here is I made this so, okay, you put this in here and you build your budget, and then once it's already done and stuff, just click bold on there and it bolds it, and that way you know that it's done and taken care of. So this is the way it kind of looks. This is an old one of mine. You can see how it broke down, and then over here on the sides, we have it broke down, what your week revenue is, your week expenses, what you netted out, what your max and lows are, and then down at the bottom, shows your revenue and your expenses and what you netted out for the month. So it's easy to use. You can play with it. You can move it around. This is actually, I actually built this several years ago. In addition, putting it on. Now we have the cash flow, this particular cash flow system, in the cash flow one deal, but it's automatic, and then you just make adjustments to it. But I had a client who was actually an internet security guy who said, I don't want to do anything where I have to download anything from the banks and stuff. So we made him, and he wanted a blank one because he wanted to play around with it. So I made him a blank one, and it's actually been pretty popular. A lot of people don't like to do it the other way. And when I asked him why, and he says, hey, the banks might be semi-secure, but he said the amount of people that actually look at your account, he says, would blow you away if you knew. So I'm kind of that way too. I don't like to do things online if I don't have to. So there's the stuff. If you have any questions, let me know, and enjoy the worksheet.